We're talking about exposing Jim Jones's family in a court filing so explosive that everyone from Harlem to Hollywood is talking. Is this the biggest betrayal rap drama? What dirty laundry did Camron dig up? And how far will this feud go? You won't believe what just dropped in the hip-hop world, a full-blown courtroom bombshell that's shaking the very foundations of rap royalty. Now that you're on the edge of your seat, let's unpack exactly what Camron is throwing down in this explosive court filing. This isn't just some small family disagreement or old-school rap. So stay tuned, because we're going to break down every scandalous detail, all the receipts, and the fallout that's about to ruin careers. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Grab your popcorn, because the truth is about to get loud, messy, and downright savage. Jim Jones, Harlem's own rapper turned mogul, and his entire family circle are at the center of the controversy. Camron's filing depicts a close-knit family empire that isn't just about music and success, but is allegedly built on a foundation of fraud, corruption, and outright deception. Remember the Dipset days? The legendary crew that put Harlem back on the hip-hop map? Jim Jones, known for his gritty verses and streetwise hustle, created an image of success and loyalty. But behind the scenes, Camron's filing claims that the image is a carefully crafted facade that conceals a darker truth. According to Camron, Jim Jones's family has been planning a number of fictitious business ventures that only exist on paper but transfer millions of dollars through intricate money laundering schemes. One of the alleged businesses is a state investment company that appears to be legitimate on the surface, with high-rise buildings, prime Harlem addresses, and a steady flow of investors. However, ghost transactions and inflated property values. Jim Jones claims insiders gave Camron leaked bank statements that showed mysterious deposits in the millions, frequently followed by swift withdrawals to offshore accounts in the Caribbean and Europe. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The filing also accuses multiple family members of conspiring in these schemes. Some are named directly, while others are mentioned anonymously. But the message is clear. This isn't a one-man show. The entire family allegedly contributes to maintaining this intricate house of cards. Consider this: when family loyalty is used as a cover for criminal activity, you're looking at a toxic environment that goes far beyond rap drama. Camron's filing details private meetings in which family members argue angrily about how to handle the fallout, with some demanding complete cooperation with authorities and others demanding silence at all costs. He also claims that emotional manipulation occurred during financial dealings. Fans recall Jim Jones's public persona as the self-assured, larger-than-life figure who threw $100 bills in music videos and lived the high life. But Camron's filing raises an important question about how the narrative became even more muddled. When you added stories about lavish spending, expensive cars, private jets, extravagant parties paid for with the very money that might be connected to these illegal activities. One anonymous source described a party where champagne flowed like water. Designer labels ruled the room, and the atmosphere was one where nothing mattered. Naturally, legal experts who have examined portions of the filing off the record say the allegations could open multiple investigations ranging from tax fraud to racketeering. They also point out that if authorities uncover even a small portion of what Camron claims, the entire family could face serious charges that could completely destroy their empire. How sustainable is that lifestyle if it is supported by criminal activity? More importantly, how long can the family maintain this charade under growing legal scrutiny? For years, there have been rumors and whispers about Jim Jones's family finances. Industry insiders have long suspected that behind the glitzy image is a web of secret deals that aren't always kosher. But no one had the courage or the receipts to go public until now. And guess what? Its court filing was dropped just weeks before Jim Jones's highly anticipated album release, sending shockwaves through the music community. In response, Jim Jones and his camp have doubled down on their denial, calling the filing a baseless witch hunt. Hunt is accusing Camron of attempting to revive an old feud remain relevant. But here's the thing. Court records don't lie, and these documents are already being analyzed by media outlets, fans, and legal analysts alike. Social media is a battlefield, and as fans take sides, memes ridiculing opulent, Dipset lifestyles are going viral alongside serious threads analyzing the possible fallout. Some loyalists reject the idea that their hero could be involved in any criminal activity, while others say it's time the truth comes out. Shocked but not surprised by the allegations. The once close-knit Harlem rap community is now split, with alliances changing as this court drama plays out. All eyes are on the courthouse. And what happens next could redefine not only Jim Jones's legacy, but the entire Dipset brand, which has been influential for nearly 20 years. Will this family weather the storm, or will the empire collapse under the weight of Camron's accusations? The next section will delve into the juicy details from Leak taking up where we left off. This legal battle isn't your typical courtroom drama. Camron's filing resembles a thrilling thriller, replete with bombshells, secret tapes, and financial trails reminiscent of a Hollywood crime film. Let's dive into the juicy details that have everyone talking behind closed doors and trending on social media. The public's explosive reaction to this scandal will reveal the wild stories that didn't make headlines. The secret meetings, the hush money, and the power plays behind the scenes. The Jim Jones family allegedly runs a complex network of shell corporations that pose as legitimate businesses, according to confidential documents leaked exclusively to sources close to Camron. These entities funnel money through a bewildering network of accounts that conceal the true origins of cash flows. One insider, who asked to remain anonymous, but claims to have worked within the family's financial management team, told investigators that on some nights, we'd see wires coming in from places that didn't make sense. This source continued by describing extravagant spending sprees that didn't match the income Jim Jones publicly declared. We're talking about luxury cars, private yachts, and exotic vacations that were bought without any clear business reason. Meanwhile, family members involved in the scheme allegedly received large payouts, further solidifying a culture of secrecy and greed. Leaked bank records paint an even more damning picture. One file purportedly depicts a $3 million transfer from a Caribbean account into a New York-based real estate holding company. The court filing further muddies the waters by claiming that several family members used false identities to open multiple credit lines and shell accounts, further muddying the waters. Camron's legal team calls this a willful attempt to conceal assets and evade taxes. But the real kicker is that more than $500,000 in cash withdrawals in a single month are revealed in another document, all of which were suspicious activity. Reports that, oddly enough, went uninvestigated at the time. The chilling tone paints a picture of a family ruled by fear and intimidation. Of course, the Jim Jones camp has denied these claims as fabrications and distortions. These recordings show private conversations between Jim Jones and his closest relatives. Voices are heard discussing off-the-books deals, hush payments, and plans to keep everyone quiet while the money kept flowing. One clip, which was allegedly leaked to the media but was never officially verified, features a family member saying, "If anyone tries to speak up, they lose everything. It isn't just business, it's survival." Rap industry insiders have been giving us clues too. One seasoned producer told a source, "I've heard rumors for years about some questionable dealings behind the scenes, but no one had the proof until now." Meanwhile, a former Dipset affiliate who asked to remain anonymous told us, "I'm not surprised family money gets messy everywhere, but sounds like a whole other level." It's sad, really, and it's not just the hip-hop community reacting. Harlem leaders and community activists have started speaking out, expressing concern about how these allegations might affect the culture, neighborhood's reputation. According to one community organizer, Harlem's history is rich, and we don't Need a scandal like this overshadowing everything the community has worked for behind the scenes? The filing has reportedly sent shockwaves through the Jones family's business associates, with several companies quietly withdrawing sponsorships and partnerships to avoid being dragged into the controversy. Sources claim that private conversations among business partners have focused on damage control and how to navigate. While no official statements have been made, a government source familiar with the situation confirmed that several agencies, including the IRS and FBI, have taken an interest in the case. The source hinted that financial irregularities flagged in the filing match patterns we look for in money laundering and tax evasion cases. A cautioned that investigations are still ongoing. Is a PR nightmare that could get out of control as they try to determine which contracts to cancel and who to blame if the feds get involved. Even rappers who are not directly involved have weighed in via social media, with some openly supporting Camron's quest for truth and accountability and others subtly criticizing him. One viral tweet said it all: "When hip-hop legends begin exposing family drama like a reality show, you know it's bigger than music amid all the chaos." Still in the early stages back on the streets, fans of both Camron and Jim Jones have turned into a full-blown cultural debate, with forums and comment sections flooded with heated arguments. We're just getting started. The final section will break down the fallout, the legal battles ahead, potential resignations, government probes, and the public backlash that could make or break the Jones family legacy. This scandal is about more than just rap. It's a warning about how power, money, and family ties can twist together into something dangerous. As the story progresses, you can't predict how deep the rabbit hole goes, whether new players will emerge, whether more leaks will surface, or whether the family will be able to put out the fire before it consumes them all. First, let's talk legal. The filing sparked a barrage of responses, with Jim Jones's legal team firing back with fierce motions to dismiss, calling the claims baseless, defamatory, and purely strategic. However, the pressure is mounting, and several judges have already approved subpoenas for financial records. Beyond that, the once close-knit Dipset family is now splintered. The business empire is shaken, and the public is eagerly watching as the drama plays out on every music front. Legal experts observing this case say it is developing into one of the biggest celebrity-related financial scandals in recent memory. The prosecutors obtained Camron's evidence, which includes leaked bank statements and audio recordings. The consequences could be disastrous, ranging from heavy fines to criminal charges. Meanwhile, sources claim internal conflicts within the Jones family are getting worse. The courtroom is preparing for a full-blown discovery process that could bring several family members and associates into the spotlight. According to several insiders, some important family members are discreetly separating themselves from Jim Jones out of concern that involvement may be revealed. One source told us that there is a lot of tension. People are picking sides, and some are getting ready to work with investigators to protect themselves. Has resulted in rumors of possible defections and sealed deals with prosecutors, which could completely change the course of the investigation. Imagine if once loyal family members became witnesses in a courtroom drama worthy of a Netflix series. The public reaction has been nothing. In the midst of the chaos, Jim Jones's brand partnerships are taking a serious hit. Major sponsors have started to pull their ads and endorsements, citing brand safety concerns. Sources within advertising agencies say that in today's social media climate associated with legal issues, less dramatically, the hip-hop community is divided. Some fans say this scandal tarnishes the legacy of Dipset and Harlem's rich rap history, while others applaud Camron for exposing corruption and standing up for truth. One insider stated, "When the money dries up, the real problems begin on a more personal level." Friends close to Jim Jones reveal he's under immense stress. Another confidant said, "This is not just about business. It's a personal nightmare." Family drama spilling into the public eye is painful, and it's weighing heavily on him. Regardless of the controversy, Jim Jones and his team are under additional pressure due to their financial situation, which could potentially impact upcoming album releases, tours, and business ventures. Although nothing official has been confirmed, Camron has positioned himself as the whistleblower who dared to pull back the curtain on a family empire built on shaky foundations. His camp has been silent in public but busy behind the scenes, meeting with investigators and preparing for what could be a lengthy court battle. Some speculate that Camron's timing wasn't accidental and that he might be using this filing not just for benefit. Top PR consultants and legal advisors are working to plan a comeback and rebuild his reputation. A community organizer told us, "This situation has put Harlem under a microscope. We hope it leads to accountability, but also healing, because the community can't afford to be divided by this." At the same time, local nonprofits and youth programs are reportedly concerned about funding as sponsors reconsider their involvement. Justice, that no family secrets are safe and no empire is untouchable outside of the courtroom. The music industry is closely watching this saga as it unfolds. Will other artists come forward with stories? Could this case inspire more scrutiny of hip-hop's financial dealings, or will it become just another forgotten chapter once the headlines die down? The controversy surrounding one of Harlem's most prominent figures has even sparked debates about privacy, loyalty, and the fine line between public interest and sensationalism. Critics contend that artists' personal lives should remain private, while others believe transparency is necessary when public figures hold significant influence. What's next? The court hearings are set to begin in the coming months, and sources say they could last for years. In the meantime, expect more leaks, more drama, and possibly even more players joining the fray. If you thought it was just another beef, think again. The Jones family drama has changed the game. What began as a rap rivalry has evolved into a legal and cultural phenomenon that is forcing everyone to reevaluate what loyalty and legacy really mean in the hip-hop industry. Families wait for the final decision when justice, truth, and legacy collide. All right, family, now that you've heard all the crazy details, the clandestine transactions, the family betrayals, and the legal battles roiling Harlem's rap scene, what do you think? Is Camron the ultimate truth teller, exposing a corrupt empire? Or is he just stirring things up to overthrow Jim Jones? Could this scandal their messy feud? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Who is truly at fault? How far do you think this legal battle will go? Is there hope for the Jones family back from this, or is this the beginning of the end? If you're ready for more exclusive jaw-dropping exposes, make sure to hit the like, smash, subscribe, and ring the bell buttons so you don't miss a single update. I promise you that these stories are so explosive that you want to be the first to know when the next bombshell drops. Until then, keep your eyes open, keep your ears perked up, and keep in mind that in the world of hip-hop, the truth is always stranger than fiction. Asterisk, asterisk.